Howdy y'all, it's Shannon from Creative Chaos in Tennessee, and today I'm back with something a little different, a DIY of sorts. I wanted to show you guys how to make these cute little bows and these rosettes, and they are just the cutest. Look how cute. Now, all of these bows were made with a die. They also have bow shapes if you own a Cricut or Silhouette or whatever. There is bow cut files that you can get and to create all different kinds. But these are dies. This one is a close to my heart die. So a lot of you guys may have it. And it just looks like this. And it creates this. And then this one is, I got off Temu, but I think it's like, I don't even want to say. I don't know who made it. KS Crafts or, I don't know, maybe. But this one is, I think it's called the gingerbread bow or something, because it's supposed to, these little, I know it's probably not going to focus, but these little pieces here are supposed to represent a gingerbread man, but these don't. Not really. It's still cute though. I still love it. But this is what it looks like. And it takes all 5 pieces to make the bow. And we're going to put one of those together. And then I wanted to show you guys these rosettes. Look how pretty. This is also a die I got off Temu. And it looks like this. Yeah, it looks like this. And this one and the bow one were both sewed. They didn't come together, but they were on the same thing. You had to pick which one you wanted to order. I ordered them both. So they're probably supposed to be like a matching set. But this gingerbread printable, this is a printable from Shabby Art Boutique from the Gingerbread Kisses, and it's on Etsy. And I'll link it below. All of mine are kind of in that theme just because I wanted to make them all match. And then these rosettes I made just with a paper trimmer and a scoreboard. So, and a punch. So, I just wanted to show you guys, you can still make these. You can make them whatever size you want. I made these bigger because they're going to be used to jazz up some gifts. And you can totally, some of you guys I know are into like altered paper stuff like wands and things like that. These would be super cute to just add a dowel to it and add some ribbon and pretty them up. You can make a wand, or you could make something like that and stick it into like a floral bouquet for the holidays, or a display. You could also make multiple of these and put them together with ribbon and make a banner to hang up. And the possibilities are unlimited. So I wanted to show you guys how easy it is to make these. So I do have my glue gun here. I'm going to use my glue gun because these are a little more harder to hold together. And just for the sake of time, I just use my hot glue gun to put them together because it holds really instantly and I don't have to worry about it coming apart. So, I'll show you guys how to make the bow first. So, here's my pieces. And hopefully you guys can still see well, even though I'm working on the scoreboard. I have my 5 pieces for my bow. And like I said, these are really easy to put together. I did use my regular glue just to glue the parts together. So this one goes on this one. And this one goes on this one. Each one has a roughly part to it. Okay. My glue stopped up. Once again, I'm just going to use hot glue. But because it creates a bump in it, I normally don't do this. I normally just use regular glue to hold them together. But as long as you're working fast, it still works fine. Just be careful if you use your hot glue gun so you don't get burned. Because I do use mine on high temp. Okay, so then you have your two pieces, and then this one's the center of it. And all you're going to do is, I saw some people take scissors or pencils and roll them around it. So that it gives a good little thing. You could totally still use these on scrapbook pages. If you flatten them out a little bit. So then you're just going to line them up together. Hold it down for a second so it stays. And then, voila, you have that part. So then you're just going to add a little bit more glue. This is why I like using my hot glue gun for these, because it really helps them stay together really good. And then, I have a little bit running out, so I'm just going to wipe it off with my finger. It's not so hot that I can't do that, but I don't recommend it. Don't get burned. And then I'm just going to hold it together. And then pretty much you have your bow. And then this is just your centerpiece. So what I usually do is, and if you're gonna be covering this up, which I did on all of mine, technically you don't have to have this, but it does help hold it together better. So you can always add it. I add it even though I'm gonna cover it up, because I already cut the pieces. Might as well, right? Okay, so voila, you have your bow. And then you could put a button. You can see I've done different things. I just have a bunch of random little flat back things that's been gifted over the years or I've picked up. This one's wood. Of course, I have a button, a flat back that was given to me. But you could totally put whatever you would like on here for the center of your bow. And it's super cute. I think I'm going to put the gingerbread, since that's kind of where I've been going this whole month with the pink gingerbread theme. And I'm just going to hold that on for just a second. Getting all the extra glue off. It's sticking to my fingers. And voila, you have your bow. Now, you could totally ink up the edges, all that stuff, if you so chose to. I didn't. And also, all of my paper, I don't know if I said this, all of my paper is printables that I got on Shabby Art Boutique. So, from different collections, I've mixed and matched. So, all of these are printables that I use, that I die cut everything out of, that I cut in general, so just so you know. And then a lot of these, all these little things on the front that's I've put on are also from Shabby Art Boutique, from different collections for Christmas. Okay, so I'm going to move this stuff all over so that I can work and show you guys. So, there are several different ways. If you don't have a scoreboard, you could totally take a ruler and whatever you use as your score tool, and you can totally line it up on your mat and then go down it to crease it. I did that. I haven't had a scoreboard very long, but since I have got it, I got this one really cheap at, I want to say Hobby Lobby, for like $5 or something. And I absolutely love it. And so this one was made just basic. This one was just paper. I cut the paper at 3 inches. So this is this is the die that I cut out. And these are about 3/4 of an inch. And you need 2 of them. On this one, like I said, I just cut my paper 3 inches wide and then creased it every 1/2 inch. And then this one, which is, I think, so much cuter, was very simple, and I used a punch. I don't have but one border punch. If you've watched me, you know this. But this one has hearts on it, and I thought, you know what? We could create a decorative edge just like this die, just using a border punch. So if you had border punches, you could use totally make all different kinds of them with different fancy edges. So I'm going to show you guys how to, this is very self-explanatory. This one has score lines, if you can see them. And a lot of y'all have probably made rosettes before, so this ain't nothing new. But I just wanted to kind of show you guys how to put it together and how to create one if you don't have a die for it. So anyways, this one's the die. You just fold it back and forth. You're just accordion folding all the way, and then you glue the ends together of the 2 pieces. And then you do have to have a circle to put on the back. I used my punch, which is a 2-inch, this little scallop circle punch. That's what I used for all of mine, because the die only comes with this. So you can use a circle if you had a plain circle punch. You could fussy cut out a circle. You could put whatever. It don't even have to be a circle. I just think it makes it look nicer on the back. And then you're going to need some type of circle for the front. So for these small ones, I just used printables that I fussy cut out. So I have some that are circles here that were patterned that was supposed to be buttons, and you could totally make your own buttons by taking a hole punch and just punching 2 holes or 4 holes or whatever in these, and you could have your own little Christmas buttons. Or I got some, this is some of the gingerbread printables from the Shabby Art Boutique. I just printed them out and then fussy cut around it to get my face. And then this is something off of one of the free digital printable group. I'm in like 5 million now because they keep showing up in my feed and they all have cute stuff and it's all free. Most of the time it's AI generated. These are 3x3 circles. So I fussy cut out. You can see this one, and I have one already cut out for the one we're going to make together. But these were just free. Like I said, a lot of you guys probably have more punches than me. I only have a few because I don't use them very often. Okay, so let's just make one. I have 2 pieces of paper I already cut. These ones are printables from Shabby Art Boutique, but I cut these at 2.5. So that's the same size that I cut this one. This one was cut at 3 inches. And this one was cut at 2.5. Now for this one, it kind of does look plain, but if you don't have any punches or Cricut or anything like that, this is a great option. And if you wanted to add a little jazz to it, you could totally curve the edges of it. Once you have it folded, you could just round them off and give you that. And you could take a hole punch and hole punch holes in it to have a decorative pattern on it. Or if you do have a punch, you could make it just another one a little bit bigger and layer them up if you were making a banner or something like that. Just some ideas, throwing them out there. But they're great for adding on gifts. If you're packaging up cookies or something like that, you could totally just add a little piece of string or ribbon to tie onto your package. And you could even add a little sentiment here that says Merry Christmas or whatever, and add on your gift. You could add names and add them on your presents this year. So lots of good options, and I'm sorry if I keep tapping the camera. So let me stand up to punch this because it is a little hard. So And then you just line it up down here at the end. It took me forever to learn how to use a border punch. I know it's very simple. And then you have a spot in the middle that didn't get hit, so I'll just go back and line up the one I just punched. And then that way all of it's punched. Okay, so then I'm going to run it on down. My punch is sticking a little bit. You just line it up all the way. Oh, come on. And they say you can cut through wax paper and it will kind of grease them so they're not sticking like that. Okay, so here's one done, and you're going to need two. I haven't made rosettes in years, but y'all know I've been doing these Instagram swaps and watching people, and it seems like they are a hot ticket item. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to try, because back in the day I had nothing to like make rosettes. And I would just freehand it, like eyeball my accordion fold. Like I didn't measure it out or anything. I just would fold it up and make them. So I have a few more tools now, and they're kind of basic tools for everybody now. If you've been scrapbooking, you probably own paper and a trimmer, and most of y'all have punches, and some of y'all have dies and cutting machines. So I feel like trimmer, punches, and paper are definitely basic supplies that most every crafter would have. So, okay. So, we have our two pieces that are cut out now with our border punch. And we're going to put it together. Okay, let me get all this trash. Okay, so then, pretty much, we're going to take and line this up on the scoreboard. Like I said, if you don't have one, you could use a ruler. And I just scored at every 1/2 inch. So, 1/2, 1, 1.5, 2, and so on and so forth, all the way across. If you wanted, I just kept mine simple with 1/2 inch score marks, but you could totally do them a different size if you wanted and get a tighter rosette or a looser one, depending on what you wanted. Okay, there's that one. And I'll line this one up and do the exact same thing. Like I said, if you wanted to ink the edges, now would be the time to do it before you start scoring and all that. Maybe even before you cut. But you might well cut some of the ink off with your border punch. But you could definitely ink before you start doing all this stuff. Or I guess you could ink after if you wanted to really get the highlights on each little rosette line. Okay, so then all we're going to do is we're going to accordion fold back and forth. It's as simple as that. Like I said, I used to not even score it. I just kind of eyeballed it and folded. And you could do that too. It just wouldn't be really perfect, but I'm okay with not being perfect. Okay, so this one I'm going to go the opposite way, and I'm going to start with my fold down instead of back. Like on this one, I started with the first one back, This one I'm going to start with it up so that whenever I glue them together, it just makes it prettier, but it really doesn't matter. It just helps to glue the different ends together. Okay, so then you have your two pieces, and like I said, all you're going to do is just glue them together. You're going to glue this. Just going to press down a little bit, and of course, there's no seam now. And then do this one the same way. I just glue the ends together. Try to make sure they're lined up. I'm getting glue on my finger. Okay. And then you end up with this. So then the goal is that you want to lay this down, and then that's why you need a circle to keep it all together. So I flip mine over on the back, and I kind of hold mine together. I make sure I have my circle ready. And I bring it all together and just kind of hold it. And then this is why I like using my glue gun, because it like gives it a good grip. And you're not having to sit there and hold it or putting a clamp on it for a million years. I have my glue on there, and then I just kind of press it all down together and hold it for a second. And then I usually flip it over to make sure everything is lined up the way I want it to be. You can pull it all in together closer if you want. And then just press down. And it has it together. So then you want to add your circle on the front. For this one I decided to use two, and I glued this one on first, and then I put this one on with foam tape. That's what I did on this one. On this one you can see I didn't mismatch my ends like when I started folding. So I had to fold two of the same type together. So you kind of can see if you're looking this one and this one how it's more of a hard edge versus on this one it's really not. You can't tell it as much. But like I said, it really doesn't matter. Both ways are okay. So then what I did was I just added more glue. And I added my circle. And that is a little bit hot, so if you're doing this, be careful. Don't get burned. And then I'm holding it down for a second to get it on there really good. And then I'm going to take some foam tape that I have and put on the back of this one just to pop up the little face. And if y'all can believe it, I am out of glossy accents, which I'm so sad about. So I can't do the eyes and all that with glossy accents like I have been. I need to go get another bottle. And then I add this one on. So then we have this super cute little gingerbread rosette. You could totally put whatever you want on there. Like I said, there is a ton of printables out there. You could do them in whatever color you want with very minimal supplies. Like I said, you could totally hook these together with ribbon and create a few more and make a banner. And you can make them as big as you want depending on how wide you cut your strips. Like I said, this one was a 3-inch and these were a 2.5 inch. And these are 3/4 inch. So 3/4 of an inch for these smaller ones. But that would even be cute like this. I think I had another peppermint one. Did I? Yeah, a red one. But wouldn't that even be cute like that to create a banner? Like, I love it. It's so cute. And then, like I said, these little bows were very easy. You could totally cut out your own shape and create your own bow if you wanted to do a paper one. I'm not that enthusiastic about trying it. I would just stick with the die I have or Cricut. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this and you get inspired. Y'all know I'm having a huge giveaway on my Facebook for a Christmas box at the end of the month. You have to comment on every video this month, and I will be checking to make it fair. But if you want to win a set of these, it's probably not going to be these really big ones, but a pack of the small ones and some bows. All you have to do is leave me a comment on this video and let me know. Are you inspired? Have you made rosettes before? Do you want to make them again for something? And come over and check us out on the Facebook group. If you make some, share over there. I would love to see the ones that you create. And until next time, bye y'all.